good morning, everybody. Welcome to our my Friday weekly wrap-up. So I'm going to just kind of talk about what's been going on, and then I'm going to have a little discussion on magnesium to complement. So we started on Monday talking about minerals and calcium, and today we'll talk about magnesium. So this morning I started out by going to the middle school because Andrew is they're getting ready with their plans because they're going to be moving up to high school next year, and in the next couple weeks is the registration, and so they're just looking at college and career readiness. So I was at that, so that's exciting. I can't believe he's that old already. Let's see, on Tuesday I have a weekly chat. I have a friend, a business partner who is in Switzerland, and so we get together every week. And this week we were actually talking about, because we're both I'm perimenopausal and she's menopausal, so we were talking about how all of a sudden we gained that belly fat, and that's all estrogen related. And man, that is so different to try to get rid of than before. I've lost weight, significant weight, 2 or 3 different times in my life. This is completely different. So we're talking about that. She actually recommended, there's a book called Fast Like a Girl by Dr. Mindy Peltz, and I think she has some videos, but it's all about fasting, because women if we do intermittent fasting to try to burn that fat, we need to do it different actually than men. And so so I'm going to be looking at that. We're going to be talking more about that. And I think in the next conversation, we're going to be talking about, she's kind of an expert on the vagus system, and so we're going to talk about vagal nerve and autonomic dysregulation, because your autonomic system is your sympathetic and your parasympathetic system, and when they are out of balance, it causes a whole bunch of other symptoms. So we're going to be talking about that. And yesterday I met briefly with my business mentor. We talked a little bit about some goals, and the MTHFR class, and people have been asking, is still in the works, and I'm shooting probably for March 1st. I still need to put it together, but there was some other pieces that I needed to iron out first before I went ahead and did that. And then this weekend, starting today, I'm going to be doing a 3-day course. It's a business course, and it's online, and it's going to be a lot of hours, and I think my eyes are going to be bulging outside of my head by the time I'm through with that. And yesterday I was on the computer kind of a lot, and I had this big inflammation flare-up. I mean, I'm starting to learn more about that. So if you're our age, over 50, you're kind of probably very in tune to inflammation, and it kind of fluctuates and it comes and goes. So I have, the tea. So I am drinking a tea every morning. I'm trying to up that now. So I make a whole day's worth, and I split it up. So I'm drinking it throughout the day. I put loose mango leaf in it, turmeric, ginger, and a tea bag that's like a combination of mushrooms. So I put all that together for inflammation. But yesterday I really had some kind of a flare-up. So I just upped my, I have this cayenne tincture I add to the to water, and I take that, and I instead of 1 or 2 dropper, I put 3 droppers in it. It just is uncomfortable for 30 seconds when you're drinking it. But I woke up and I felt so much better. So now I realize I need to be doing that more consistently throughout the day too. So we're going to talk about magnesium. So magnesium is a really great, it's a very important mineral. It's this mineral it's intracellular, and it's the key mineral for cellular metabolism. So it's in your cells, it's in your muscles, it's in your nerves. It's needed for 500 different enzyme reactions. It helps clear your insulin from your blood. Now there's the highest concentration is in the muscles, the liver, the heart, the pancreas. It helps with cell membrane permeability. And so some of you might kind of be more familiar with magnesium with your muscles if you have a cramp. So when you're having a cramp, the calcium is kind of what contracts and magnesium relaxes, so you're having more of a contraction than a relax. And so either a deficiency of magnesium or even potassium can be, so usually if you have muscle cramps or anything to do with muscles, you know to take magnesium, and it's also called the heart mineral. And twitching too. If you ever had like those like little eye twitching or twitching of a muscle, it's too much calcium and not enough magnesium to release that. So we can have a deficiency or an excess of magnesium. However, you never, I mean, you can obviously have an excess of anything, but you always hear about deficiencies. It's the most common. And of course, with the deficiency, you'll have things like osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, PMS, cardiovascular, noise sensitivities, adrenal insufficiencies, hyperthyroidism, anxiety, hyperactivity, tremors, excessive sweating, convulsions, epilepsy. It's just basically the primary calming mineral. So it's if anything's going on, like adding magnesium is probably a safe bet. Now, excess, so it can cause confusion, depression, diarrhea, fatigue, lethargy, low blood pressure, and muscle weakness. And I think it's probably because if you have the wrong kind. So there are different forms of magnesium. So first of all, the types, there's, capsules or tablets, and then you have gels. This one's my favorite, topical, so magnesium gel by Bionutrients. I've been buying this one for, 12 years or something. So it's on bioinnovations.net or .com or something like that. So I get this one, and this is great, especially if you're an athlete and you want to put on your legs or whatever, but I put it on every night when I go to bed just for topical. And this type is magnesium chloride, and there's some other, I guess the reason this is so good too, it has boron and calcium and selenium. I mean, there's some other stuff in it too, but this is a gel. You can buy a cream as well. This is a magnesium oil. Now I've had this for a while. I don't particularly like oily textures, so I haven't used it, but I still keep it, just in case. And this kind of magnesium, this actually comes from Salt Lake. That's not why I bought it, but magnesium chloride. So those are topical. Another topical is Epsom salt. Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate. And so if you have a hot bath, you put about 1 to 2 cups of Epsom salts, and you can soak in that. So those are what you want to take if you're going to take it externally. And internally, if you take magnesium citrate is best for, that's basically for your gut. So if you have constipation, that will loosen up your bowels. So if you don't know what kind and you're taking a lot of magnesium citrate, but you want it for something else, and then that's just going straight to your gut. The best source is glycinate, so magnesium glycinate, biglycinate or bisglycinate. I'm not sure if that was a typo. Malate. Those are great for muscles and for nerves and kind of just a general. And threonate, magnesium threonate, it's a capsule. It's only now, it used to be just one company that I knew that sold it. Now there's like 2 or 3, and I think they source it from the exact same source. And threonate is shown to cross the blood-brain barrier the best. So that is the best magnesium, so they say, for brain and cognitive related stuff. So if you know, like you have like cognitive symptoms and you want magnesium in your brain, get threonate. If you want it for your muscles or your nerves, get glycinate or malate. And then if you want it for your gut, get citrate. There's a nature's calm. So if you just need to general calming, like for your kids, nature's calm is a powder. It's in a powder. So I think it's magnesium. It might even be be a carbonate, I'm not sure, but it's a powder and it's effervescent. So you, what we do is we get a little bit of really hot water, you put it in, it fizzes up, and then once it's dying down, then we put colder water in, and then we drink it. You can drink it hot, but I don't like to drink it hot. But it can be good for the kids because it comes in like a lemon lime flavor. There might be, I think there's like two, maybe a raspberry kind of flavor. So it's a drink. So if you put cold water and even ice after it, then maybe, you can kind of act like I don't know, it's more of a drink that kids will drink. So those are the different forms of magnesium that you can get. And magnesium does have antagonists, and so they have some minerals and vitamins that work against it and that work for it. Now, interestingly, like we said with the calcium and magnesium can either be competing or they can work together. So it depends on how much of a balance, because magnesium and calcium, they're on that teeter-totter balance of each other. And potassium is the same way. But zinc is a good, zinc works well and helps, it's synergistic with magnesium, and you have chromium, and you have vitamin A and some of the B vitamins. Some of the B vitamins also are antagonistic. So for me, I like to take my magnesium and calcium. I don't really take calcium. We usually have too much calcium that we talked about, but if I'm going to take a form of calcium, I take calcium D-glucarate, and that's to help get rid of remove excess hormones or excess toxins. So sometimes I take that, but I try to take it away from my magnesium so they're not competing with each other. All right, so if anybody's interested in hair tissue mineral analysis, because that's a good way to know your mineral levels or your metal levels, I'll just put that link in the comments. And next time we meet on Monday, we will talk about sodium, I think. So, all right, and have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday for Monday Morning Message. Bye.